Okay,
three.
ready. 1, 2, 3.
Hey, game enthusiasts, we are back. We are at Sege 2025.
Southeast Game Exchange.
Yeah, so we're gonna head in here, take a look and see what we can find, and we're gonna take you with us. So
Yep.
stay tuned.
Dragging you along.
Dragging you along. Let's go. Hey, you wanna go get the door? This is much better.
Yeah, I remember this last line.
Show your badge at the door. Both doors are open.
Here we go. We are in. So
I wonder how it's gonna go with the wireless mics.
I hope it sounds pretty good. And 3, 2, 1. All right, guys, we made it back from Sege 2025. It was freaking awesome.
Yeah.
It was great being able to walk around and see some of the same vendors that we saw last year. A lot of the content creators, there was a lot more content creators this year than there was last year. At least they were scheduled to be there, which was really cool.
Yeah.
I think who's your favorite person to see?
Definitely Retro Rick.
Definitely Retro Rick. Yeah,
That was great.
Yep, it was great. Saw Phoenix Resale and a few other content creators just walking around filming some videos and things like that. So that was pretty awesome. we were also able to check a lot of stuff off the list that we wanted to get to add to our collection. And I figured we would sit down with you guys now that we've had a chance to decompress from all the excitement and kind of go through some of this stuff with you. Like I said, we were able to be prepared this year, and we took a list. So we'll go through some of this stuff with you guys. One of the first things that we did when we jumped into Siege was basically we took a list to just look around at everything because it's very overwhelming.
Very big.
It's
like
very
a lot of stuff.
I wanted to be strategic about how we went around the entire convention center, but we just kind of went to the first vendor that we saw and started browsing and kind of just went from there. So one of the first vendors we went to, we took a list. We kind of got drawn in by this Super Game Boy. We wanted a Super Game Boy because we have a Super Nintendo upstairs, and we really just want to play some of our Game Boy games on a larger screen. And having a Super Game Boy is something that we wanted. It wasn't bad. It was $25, which is a pretty good price considering everything else we saw at Siege was around $40. There were a few minor defects to it, but nothing that crazy. We also took a list. Wanted a copy of the NES Dr. Mario.
I've been playing that game a lot.
You have been playing that game a lot, and on the Game Boy, right? Yep. So, hence wanting to have a Game Boy, Super Game Boy, right?
Yep.
So we got the Dr. Mario, and then obviously we had to get Excite Bike for the NES because, well, I played Excite Bike as a kid, and it was one of those games that I could play for hours. I don't know. What's the next? The
next is this group.
Next is this group. Okay,
yeah,
cool.
This group.
So I don't know. You want to talk about it because you have Mario Tennis sitting on that one.
Yeah. So behold, Mario Tennis. I don't know. I just really like the Mario Tennis games, and like, I don't know. I just really enjoyed this one.
You're really good at them. Let's just say that because you beat me when we played GameCube.
I'm very
tennis,
good at them.
Mario Tennis all the time. I don't know what it is, but
and then these two you really wanted.
I did, yeah. So obviously Paperboy was another big NES game that I wanted to play I played when I was growing up. And I had to have it, and it was a very good copy of it. I might have overpaid for it, but I mean the condition of this game is really good. And then I also was looking for a Legend of Zelda, which I really wanted to get a gold cartridge, but every single gold cartridge that I saw at Siege was $70 and up. And when they weren't $70 and up, they were in really bad condition. So I opted for getting a really good copy of just the gray cartridge, which I think worked out just fine. So we've worked through those.
Now I have no idea what's next.
Yeah, I really don't know either. Kind of a hodgepodge of where we went with everything.
I mean, we can probably start with like a random group.
We could, yeah. I actually kind of want to talk about something that's kind of standing out here on the countertop, which is these 3D printed GameCube controller holders. There was a vendor there that had a lot of 3D printed stuff, which is one thing that I'll point out. There were a lot of 3D printed stuff.
Yeah, there was a lot
this
of
year than there
stuff.
was last year. Like big giant signs and things like that. Maybe
like statues
of
Mario.
Giant statues and stuff that were painted and everything. But this kind of stood out to me. We have some GameCube controllers that just sit around. So we're gonna.
And it was only $1.
They were only $1. Yeah, they were on a $1 bin shelf, and I picked up 2 of them just because we have controllers, and it's a great thing to be able to display your controllers. And then also in that bin were just a couple of Game Gear games. Another bundle that I kind of did with a vendor while we were there was this Sonic 2 for the Game Gear. It was about $5, but with it being paired with Burger Time and Tecmo Super Bowl, both of these games, I was able to kind of bring the price down a little bit to, I think I ended up getting like this game for free.
Okay, so first, which one did we get first? Oh, right, we got the Super Mario World for Game Boy Advance, Mario Advance 2, and I went to go like, basically, how much did he have them for?
I don't know. I think Mom was with you on that.
Yeah, I think it was like 25, but I asked if he would take 20, and I got 20 from this, so. Or maybe it's 15. I don't remember.
I don't know.
It's on the list.
Okay, yep. It's up here. 15? Mario Advance 2. You got it for 15. Yep.
Okay.
So, yeah, you got a good deal on that one.
And I got this for 15. Pokemon Leaf Green, which, definitely the original.
You paid $25 for a repo, but it plays like the original game.
It plays like the exact same, and like
it's
not like I'm like collecting these. This is just to like play and stuff.
Yeah. I think Diddy Kong Racing was kind of a cool one that you picked up, right?
Yeah. This I got for 20, and yeah, there's not really much to say about it. But
it wasn't even on our list, right? Did you have it on our list? We just thought it was a cool game that you'd like to play eventually.
Yeah.
So, yeah, it's definitely dirty. A lot of these games, they are pretty worn and are going to need a good bit of cleaning.
Speaking of worn.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, okay. We found this Mario Sunshine for $35, which most of the time that we found one, it was like $50.
Yeah.
Or like 60, and it's like, I think I'm good. I think we're just gonna take this one. Because I mean, we can just reprint new box art if we really need to. Like, it's a game. Yeah,
it's just more or less for us to play and have. So,
all right, now you can yap about these ones.
Oh boy.
Oh, and
okay,
your kind of stuff. I don't know. Just
cool.
Do it.
Yeah. So not a big deal. So a couple of different games that I wanted to pick up just because I used to play them as a kid are some N64 games, right? Obviously, when you come across a $30 Zelda Ocarina of Time that's in really good condition, you got to pick it up. Everything I saw at Sege for this game in this condition was at least $45, if not more. I guess because it's Zelda, it carries a lot more of a price to it. And I found this in just some like rubbish bin for like $30. I went ahead and get it, and price starting on that is about $30. So I picked up this Cruisin' USA game. I used to play this as a kid as well. It's also one of the most popular like arcade games that I guess was made into a video game, which was awesome. I paid like $18 for this, so I felt like a little bit overpriced, but I mean it's in really good condition. So the next two are two video games that I played as a kid: 1080 Snowboarding and also NFL Blitz. I mean, 1080 Snowboarding is a game that I played because I used to snowboard as a kid, and it was always a fun game to play. But NFL Blitz, if you've never played NFL Blitz, this is NFL Blitz 2000, but NFL Blitz for N64 is just a fun game to play, just because you get to slam people and do whatever you want in a football arena, if you know. So I enjoyed those games, so we ended up picking those games up.
What next?
We can talk about these because you obviously want to talk about the South Park game. So picked up South Park for actually I picked up both of these for $30. So South Park for 64.
That's one you just grabbed because
I just randomly grabbed it. I've never played South Park before, but I thought it would be a fun game to play. And then also I got NBA Jam. The original, not tournament edition, but this was always a fun Sega Genesis game to play when I was growing up, and it is complete with manual for like $10, so you can't pass that up. Sure, why not? I picked up a couple more Sega Genesis games. These were kind of bundled in a package, so they're both the Jurassic Park and Jurassic World. Both of these games were, I mean, I paid price starting for them. They were bundled for $30 a piece, but once I get the game gear up and running, these will definitely be a fun game to play. And then the last two on my list was, well, one of the big ones on my list was a Game Boy, because I used to play one all the time as a kid, and well, now that I can afford one again, I was looking for one that was a pretty good deal. And everything that I saw when we were at Siege were like $80 to $100, and this was like $60 at a vendor's booth. So I mean, I got a pretty good deal on this. So another game for me that was a big one was the Blue Marlin. This is a Nintendo game that I played as a kid that I enjoyed a lot. Big into fishing, so I played this game a lot as a kid, and it's extremely difficult to find. I looked around the entire place, and this is the only one I could find, and I actually got it under price charting, which was a good deal, and I'm glad I picked it up.
All right, so next are these two, which we picked up like around the end. And so the first one is this Sonic collection of like all like the retro games, like the retro Sonic games.
So we could play together on the GameCube.
Yeah, like we wanted like a multiplayer game, and it's really nice because this is a multiplayer game.
Yep.
And yeah, we got these actually bundled together, and I found this, and I was like, oh, like this is a good N64 game, and it's pretty cheap, and like we got them together, and yeah, well, not that one. Hold on, just hold, stop. Let me do this. And there's a reason why I left this one for last. Frogger. So I recently, us as a family recently went and stayed at a friend's house, and they had this retro arcade table kind of thing. He introduced me to Frogger, and I was like, oh, this is actually a really good game. And I was like, oh, I'm going to put this on the Siege list because it'd be really fun to play. And I really wanted the original for the Game Boy. And no matter what, we literally went through the whole convention and we didn't find it once, except we did. But it didn't work, and it was $20. So
yeah,
twice the average price.
Twice the price of what price charting actually is.
Yeah.
With all of these games and all of this stuff, we're going to have a ton of content coming out to you, so stay tuned for that.
Especially...
what do we got here? Yeah.
This thingy.
The Super Game Boy. It's got some pretty unique features.
There's a lot more to it than you would think.
Yeah, it's pretty unique. So stay tuned for that content, and with that, that's going to wrap up our 2025 Siege. See you on the next one.